I want people to know that, yeah, sometimes what you do in your past can show back up. Don't let that define who you are. Don't let it beat you down. There are opportunities out there. You just gotta get out there and find them. In 1989, I was a young kid basically. I was 20 years old. Kind of hanging around with a bad crowd and stuff. Broke some laws, and I was charged with a felony conviction. I did do a short bit of time for that in jail, but I got my life back together. Within 5 years, I had that felony conviction expunged, and I got a complete pardon from the governor at that time. In 2003 is when I landed my job. I worked my way up from third shift stocker to department manager to support manager to assistant manager to store manager. And that's where I thought at the time that is where I was going to retire from. I loved my job with them, but as a store manager in a big box retail company it became very demanding. I was doing, 80, 90 hours a week. At that point, I decided to step down back to just an hourly position. They did a background check, which I had previously completed 7 background checks with 13 years I was with them, no problems. And for some reason, my conviction from 1989 popped up on my record, and they fired me the very next day. Said I had been dishonest. My world crumbled. That was my career. We had just bought our new home. We had built our life. I had, cars, a mortgage, and everything, and me and my husband had been together 20 years, but my life stopped at that moment because I was close to 50 years old. Who's going to hire a 50-year-old who they're now saying has a criminal background? If it hadn't been for my co-manager at that time, her name was Raynell, I'll be thankful to this day ever. She knew I had a gun in my car. She knew if I got to my car, it would have been over. But that's what I was going to do. It was over for me. I could see nothing else, but just, it was done. My life was done. And at that point, I had a nervous breakdown. For almost a week solid, I didn't even get out of my bed except to use the restroom. I had just given up on life. After about 2 months, I went to the local Goodwill there in Lawrenceburg, and I actually happened to recognize the store manager. She was new too. She was a previous coworker. I said, I might need a job. She said, well, I'm hiring. Well, I knew I was working at the Goodwill in Lawrenceburg. I'm actually out here again. I'm doing something. I'm making a difference, for not only for myself, but for somebody. It was just onward and upward from there. I went from a production clerk to an assistant store manager at the Shelbyville, Kentucky store. I transferred to the J-Town store as an assistant manager. And now I'm the store manager here at the J-Town. So within a year, I have my own store. And Goodwill saw things in me and capabilities that I never would have. I'm not proud of myself. I'm proud of the lessons in life I've learned. Life can be mean, It's okay. Get mad, cry about it, be angry, grieve for a little while, move on. And I love my store, I love this company, and I love the team I've built here. Because my job is to make sure my team has the tools and resources they need to do their job, and I let them run with it. And look where J-Town's at. I tell everybody, just look at J-Town. I'm very proud. If my story of a 50-year-old man who had a criminal background from, 30 years ago, can do it, anybody can.